Welcome back to Penn State Sports Night. I'm Ellie French here with Kouroupakis, bringing you a breakdown of the upcoming World Series between the Houston Astros and Los Angeles Dodgers. Now, this is the first time since 1970 that a pair of 100-win teams are facing one another in the World Series. So we're looking forward to a great matchup. And Christian, just going to jump right into it, talk about these two teams, the process that they've taken to get here. Let's first start with the offense.
Yeah, the offense, I mean, we'll just break down the positions, the matchups, who has the edge here. And starting with the offense, got to go Houston Astros. I mean, you talk about the duo of Jose Altuve, Carlos Correa. They're scary. They're scary. And I have a little bit for you. They led the major leagues in a couple categories, just a little bit.
Okay, a couple.
Runs, hits, doubles, batting average, on-base percentage, slugging percentage, OPS, and struck out the fewest of any club in the sport. They're scary. And they're going to
more than a couple. That was probably about both hands.
Both hands. So the Houston Astros, by a long shot, have the edge. But the Dodgers aren't, I don't want to call them scrubs. The Dodgers are in the World Series. You got guys like Chris Taylor, Justin Turner, Yasiel Puig, guys who have backed up the rotation, carried them to where they are now. But when you compare them to the Houston Astros, I don't think they compare.
And then going to, as you mentioned, rotation for both teams, what are we looking at?
Well, the edge here, got to go Los Angeles. You got Game 1 and 2, you'll see two starting matchups that are for the ages. Kershaw for the Dodgers in Game 1, Dallas Keuchel for the Houston Astros in Game 1, Darvish versus Verlander in the battle of recently acquired starters. Give them the tie there, Game 1 and 2. But what gives the Dodgers the edge is the depth behind the 1 and 2 punch. Like Rich Hill, they're better than Charlie Morton. He's better than Charlie Morton, Lance McCullers Jr., Brad Peacock. Those guys don't scare me. And plus, you got to go with the team with the best pitcher on the planet. So that's Clayton Kershaw.
Kershaw, can't beat the man.
No.
Can't beat the man. So Dodgers definitely very lucky to have him. Talking about Kershaw and the Dodgers, also the Astros pitching, let's rotate to the bullpen. What are we expecting in this series to see from both teams?
It's not going to be pretty for Houston. So we got to go Los Angeles there. The bullpen's on fire. 4 runs in 28 and 2/3 innings this postseason, including 32 strikeouts. Kenley Jansen's well-rested. Dave Roberts does a great job in the new age bullpen that we're pretty much in. Not afraid to do anything. You remember last year, he brought in Clayton Kershaw in the Kenley Jansen in the 6th inning, had him go 2 innings, and then brought Clayton Kershaw in to close the game. He's not afraid to do that. But on the other side, A.J. Hinch, he's desperate, and you saw that throughout the entire playoffs. American League Division Series, he used Justin Verlander in relief, and then in the ALCS, he used Lance McCullers Jr., who started Game 4 in Game 7. So he doesn't have anyone to bridge that gap from the starters over to Ken Giles, who's also used up pretty much. So the depth, the management, you got to give it to the Dodgers.
As I say, the Dodgers seem to be pretty well-rounded in regards to their depth. Astros might be a big struggle for them,
yes,
definitely.
And it has been.
Yeah, inability for, just to cover that. So, well, awesome. And then with the game, what's going to happen? What are the predictions?
So I know you're not going to like this. You're a Giants fan. I don't want to do this, but Dodgers in 5.
Dodgers in 5. Dodgers in 5. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Why are we thinking Dodgers in 5?
Because the depth. I mean, you look at this, the 2 star-studded teams with a lot of power going at each other. Like you mentioned in the Open, 2 100-win teams going at it in the World Series. Haven't seen it since 1970. So 2 star-studded teams, you got to look to the depth, and I think the Dodgers take that to a whole new level.
My Giants are coming for him next year.
Yeah, we'll see
It's
about
an odd
that.
year. It's an odd year. We're coming back. It's a rebuilding year.
We'll see about that.
Awesome. So that'll do it for this week's edition of Penn State Sports Night. We'll see you guys next week.